All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals race at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Well, the High Octane Racing League annual event here to support the Extra Life charity. It's a GT3 race at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. It's a 60-minute race, and we got a big field, a lot of guys coming out here to support this charity, and a great international flavor to the grid today. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory here at CTMP? Well, there's only one way to find out. It's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, a little one-off stream here for you in the GT3 series. It's an Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals charity event, and it's all live right here on TurnLeftTV. Let's get this party started. All right. Thank you so much for coming in and joining me here today on TurnLeftTV. A little surprise broadcast for you guys. Supporting a great charity. And some GT3 racing as well. Wow. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV, and this is the High Octane Racing League event with the Extra Life charity that we support. And thanks to Will Dunbar for organizing all this stuff. A 1-hour race here tonight at the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. And we got a good fair amount of drivers in here joining us, and I think we're going to have a over 20 car field here today. These guys are in the practice session. Throughout the course of the race today, if you decide you want to make a donation, there is the donation link. It's also in the description of the race. And that is the extralife.org Participant Sim Race Labs link. You should see that in the, like I said, in the description of this race. Today's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com. And that's who provides our servers here at HighOctaneRacing.net. If you're interested in doing some sim racing in RF2, come on and join us over there. You get a quick link to our Discord server, and that's where we do most of our business. Nonetheless, you get up schedules, what series happen to be running, special events, quick link to TurnLeftTV, all there at HighOctaneRacing.net. I want to say just a thank you to everybody who's coming out and watching this race, all the drivers participating in this race, Will Dunbar for organizing this race. So definitely a great cause to support, help pay the medical bills for kids who are hospitalized. And thanks to Gordon Carter, man. He painted up all these Extra Life cars for some of the High Octane Racing League crew. So that's awesome. Thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. You can also smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live, even races like this special event, right? You know, you get a notification we got a special event going on. So thank you. I really appreciate each and every one of you coming out and watching the races. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. That helps me out, get more and more subscribers. 875, man. I'm just moving up the old food chain, huh? Working my way to 1,000. That would be awesome. And share it with your friends, man. Share this video, this channel link, any social media platform where you can share links and videos. More than welcome to share mine here at TurnLeftTV. Well, let's take a look at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. I think this is a super difficult track, man. I mean, there are parts of it that are not too bad, but man, I'll tell you what, that uphill right-hander is really, really difficult. Located in Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada. 3.9 miles, 3.9 kilometers, 2.4 miles in length, 10 turns, and it is a technical track, man. High speed and just enough technical portion to keep those speeds in check. Like John Stanley off the track there. I also have a link in the chat session as well. Thanks to Gibaldo for kicking us off. As always, doesn't matter whether it's stock cars, Indy cars, GT3. You could be racing bicycles. You can be out here kicking us off, kicking off the broadcast. So thank you to Gibaldo, one of my great friends, Brazilian friends. Alexander Zakharov out here today, too. Wow, man. We're talking about some royalty right there. Zakharov in the Porsche. Definitely one of those guys got to keep in the conversation for winning this race. Bezrikov out here. Got a special paint scheme. Michael Brooks joining us as well. My God. Meshkov. Alexander Meshkov. That guy's a legend. Joining us, man. We got some big names. Dennis Vandeven out here. Michael Nisio, Furtado out here. And we got some new faces out here as well. So Antti Rossi, man, the Flying Finn is out here. My God. Wow. And you see, good to see Antti Rossi out here, man. One of those guys from Sim Racing Mania. Well, we got some more racing coming up tonight, man. We'll be at Kansas Speedway in a Saturday Night Thunder for a 100-lap race. It's race number 7 of the season. And Kansas, that flat mile-and-a-half track. A lot of room to race here, man. But guys are going to be up on that outside line at Kansas. And racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is the Saturday Night Thunder Cup Series. About 17 minutes left in the practice session. And what I have pledged to do is donate $5 to the charity for every driver that participates today. And four of our High Octane Racing League members have matched that donation. So we'll be donating at least $25 per driver that participates today, and we are looking at right now about 17 drivers joining us. So I think we had over 20 sign up, so we'll see who actually is able to make it today, but there you go. And we'll take a look at the various manufacturers that are in this race. Won't see the car icons today because this is skid uploads for today versus creating a car set. Let's take a look at my keys to the race here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. One of the keys to the race is don't let Heath Johnson out on the track. I'm pretty good at this track with the exception of that hard right-hander going uphill. I think we're getting ready to let's go on board here with Will Dunbar. High speed, you get a little bit of hitch there. Somebody joins the server. 18 drivers joining us now. We're on board here with Will Dunbar. We're a little pack of three. Tough here, high speed left-hander. We're going to go up the hill. Now this is the corner I'm talking about right here. This is absolutely sick. Kind of a double right-hander almost. It is a tough one. So you expect to see some drama. Anyway, let's go back here and take a look. Race the track, man. Hit your marks here today. Limit that aggressive driving as you see it, especially in a spot like that. Manage the traffic. With a halfway decent-sized field here, we're going to have some traffic tonight or today, and make good pit stops as well. That's the one pit stop is mandatory. 4 tire change. Do not have to change the compound. But you do have to change 4 tires. So those are my keys to the race here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back in action on Tuesday for race number 3 of the season, and it is Dega, baby. 70-lap race from Talladega coming up this Tuesday to kick off October. So it's race 3, and racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the Tough Trucks High Octane Racing League style. Take a look at Dennis Judichin here in the 47 car. In the BMW. Get another one of those paint schemes by Gordon Carter. High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series, the Xfinity Series, will be back in action for race number 7 of the season. A 100-lap race in Kansas. So this Saturday, the Saturday Night Thunder will be at Kansas, and then coming up next Friday, these guys are a little bit of a week alternating there, or a week offset, but they'll be at Kansas as well. And again, racing will start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That race will be broadcast live right here on TurnLeftTV. That's coming up on October the 4th. Don't forget to help me out by clicking on the SimLab web link. I also have a donation link in the description of this race, but there's a SimLab web link. I'm an affiliate through them. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 or a SimLab race rig or some equipment through them, please use my link. That would help me out. And I have a SimLab race rig. I have the GT1 Evo race rig. Super easy to put together. I've expanded on my own. It's been really, really easy to order some custom parts and so forth, even from third parties. And sturdy. I got my DD1 wheelbase attached to it. All that stuff pre-drilled. And actually got a seat out of a Pontiac Fiero and use it for my race seat. So it's nice. I can lean it back and fall asleep if I need to. But help me out by clicking on that link, man. Really appreciate it. If you purchase something through them, please use my link. Right now, Rinsky Novar is the top time. Novar in the Porsche is the top time. Michael Nizio is second. Revian Gumular is third. Anthony Rossi fourth. Gordon Carter is fifth. The home game here for Gordon. He's from Canada, so a couple Canadian drivers out here. John Stanley, Will Dunbar, Gordon Carter. And that looks like that might be it. A great international flavor here. Always has been, man, when we've been running GT3 series. We haven't done a series this year yet. We've had some guys clamoring for that as well. They like those GT3 cars. So under 10 minutes left to go, about 8.5 minutes left to go before we go to qualifications.
A lot of soul.
Again, if you are interested in making a donation, there is the donate or the link. I should say the URL. I don't have a way of linking it in my YouTube stream, unless it's a link that I own personally. But in the description of this race, there is this link. Make a donation. And about 6.5 minutes left to go. Wanted to show you the web page there. Whoa, got a little bit of a got a little transparency there. I was going to show you the web page. That didn't work out well. What an amateur! It made some of that page transparent. At least we got Will Dunbar's. Maybe we got Will Dunbar's face up there. That's all that mattered, huh? Don't forget, today's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, 3 packages for you to choose from. Also, if you want to host your website, your online store, you want to do some VPS hosting or shared web hosting, those also available through EliteHostingUSA.com. Uh-oh. Man, I'll tell you what, Givaldo's out here throwing some shade right now. I picked Ritsky Novar to win this race tonight. That's going to be my pick. He is fast. Right now, third on the grid for Ritsky, but Givaldo throwing some shade here. He said, will spin in first curve. Hopefully he's not talking about Ritsky. I think he's talking about Will Dunbar. Also, notice up in the chat, I have a link to the Extra Life participants page, so you can make a donation through them. That's Will Dunbar's page. I've got 20 drivers joining us here. So again, High Octane Racing League donating $25 per driver to the charity. So going to be a good day there for Extra Life. Always fun to be able to support Extra Life too. I think we've done 4 or 5, maybe 6 events for Extra Life to raise money for the cause. And it just makes you feel good, man. When you know you're helping people out, it really makes you feel good. So it looks like we are just about ready to head to quals. You know, quals will be private only, so guys will be out there by themselves. And then I believe it is a you probably know this as far as quals. Hang on. So a 10-minute qualification session. So looks like Howard Trawick rooting on Colin Sanders today. So all right, from Tracks VR. We'll get your post up there in just a second, or probably after quals. I shouldn't say just a second, just a minute after quals. These guys headed to the qualification session. It is a 10-minute quali. So again, you're joining us. We are in quals now for the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network High Octane Racing League GT3 race at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, raising money for children who are in that hospital organization and that network of hospitals. We do have some guys out there on the track as we speak. Take a look at Colin Sanders. Got some fans in the chat for Extra Life. Colin Sanders in the Mercedes. This is a very, very challenging track, but I'll tell you, man, a lot of guys that are fanatical about road courses really like Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. It's got a good mix of technical and high speed, just balls out type of racing. We had a great IndyCar race here earlier this year. We've been here several times in the GT3 cars. Valdo rooting Gordon on as well. So good to see Valdo picking a favorite. $29.834. Nisio is the top time, I believe, so far. Actually, that's Sector 1. Nisio is the first one with a qual time or timed lap there, 1:15.053. See where Colin Sanders lands here for his first lap. Sanders up to P2. 1:15.413 for Colin Sanders. John Stanley, he's got time up there. John Stanley right now P6. It's a home track for him. Nisio the top time, 1:15.053. Anthony Rossi second, currently in quals. Colin Sanders third, Nikolai Bezrikov. Oh, Gordon Carter jumping up to third. Sanders to fourth, Bezrikov is in fifth. John Stanley right now shown 8th on the grid. Still got some guys who are yet to complete a lap. Let's take a look at Alexander Zakharov. Zakharov drifting around the corner in the Porsche. Haven't seen Zakharov in quite a while. Good to see Zakharov out here, man. I don't think he was running the Porsche the last time we did GT3. We got Yuderchin, Lewang, Michael Brooks still needing to log a time. Also, looks like Novar and Gumilar in the pits. Zakharov 1:16.130. Well, actually, 090. I'm going to change that color of that. So he's up to P7. Not Dennis Yuderchin, BMW. And Nisio with the time to be, 1:15.053. Let's see where Dennis throws his lap, 1:17.309. A little work to do for Dennis. Michael Brooks, he was sharing his new project as he comes up the hill, a hard right-hander. He was sharing his new project, his new hobby. He's building, sort of an environment for his model train. So it's pretty awesome, man. Just flying with it. He said he didn't really have any experience at it, but decided to give it a shot, and was sharing some pictures and some stories and so forth, and really enjoyed seeing those pictures. Makes me want to get back into my model trains. And also shared what he and his father had worked on, and his mother had worked on when he was a little kid. And man, what a treasure. Look at this. Michael Brooks got a fast lap going here. Got a fast lap, 1:17.029. Right now, P12. So a little work to do. Gary Roth in a McLaren. Oh, Gary Roth there losing the back end and backs into the wall. Keenan Lewang in the Radical. 1:14.985. So Nisio bettering that time. About 3.5 minutes. Oh, Bezrikov says, I don't think so. Bezrikov up to P1. Keenan Lewang says, I'm going to get the Radical up front here, man. Maybe hating on the Radical. So 1:17 for Keenan Lewang. John Cook, his first race out with us. He's in the Audi. Bezrikov the top time. Wow, that is tight as well. 3/100ths of a second separate the P1, P2. I am excited when this thing drops. This checker or green flag drops, man. Holy smokes! This is going to be awesome. Couple minutes left here at the qualification session. Then there'll be the drivers' meeting. Headed over to warm up. There, John Cook with his first timed lap. 1:17.581 for John Cook. Dennis Van de Ven. I don't know, man. I don't even recognize Dennis Van de Ven in a Porsche. Let's see where Dennis Van de Ven at Team Future Porsche can land his spot on the grid. Again, thanks for coming in and watching. Those people who are watching live or on replay, thank you so much for joining us. This is a charity event by Octane Racing League. Measured off the top time. Rossi, you see, he's in P3. Sandwiched in between those two guys is Michael Nizio. Colin Sanders up to P4. Gordon Carter 5th. Thomas Lovrek is in the 6th position. Van de Ven is 7th. Oh, Van de Ven hard into the wall. So Van de Ven going to obviously wipe off that qual attempt. How about Alexander Meshkov? Huh? Knew we'd see him in a BMW. Good to see Meshkov out here, man. I've known Meshkov for a long time. We're looking at somewhere close to about 10 years through sim racing. It looks like quals have ended. And we'll give you the official results here in just a moment. Again, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. We are doing a special event, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in the GT3 cars, to support the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals charity. And got a link there in the on the banner if you are interested in making a donation. There's also a link in the description of this race. And High Octane Racing League, as a group, we are donating $25 per driver to the charity. All right, right now these guys are in the drivers' meeting. All right, let's take a look at the qualification results. Take a look at the qualification results. Nikolai Bezhikov qualifies in P1. Michael Nizio will start in the 2nd position. Anthony Rossi starts 3rd. Colin Sanders will be outside row 2. Gordon Carter starts in the 5th position. Thomas Loverick, his first race out with us. Welcome, Thomas. Starts in the 6th position. Alexander Meshkov, 7th. Alexander Zakharov. Hey, we got a row of Alexanders, and that's row number 4. So Meshkov and Zakharov. Dennis Vandeven will start in the 9th position. Will Dunbar starts in 10th. Starting in the 11th position will be Michael Brooks. John Stanley starts in P12. Gary Roth will start 13th. Dennis Uderchin starts in the 14th position. John Cook starts 15th in the Audi. Keenan Luang will start in 16th. Tony Furtado 17th. Ritsky Novar starts in the 18th position. You get disconnected. And then Revian Gumular starts in 19th. And we got Chris Hughes just joining us. Will start in P20. All right, these guys will restart warm-up now that the driver's meeting is over, and they'll get a full 10 minutes. Looks like 10 and a half minutes. My God. So these guys now in the warm-up session, and 10 minutes of warm-up, and then we'll go live. And again, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. 15 people joining us right now.
Cause this is gonna be a great show. Heath Johnson saying all you need to know. We got fast cars racing, hopefully you're pacing. Are you ready for some high-speed action? Step on the gas. Alright. Race fans, my heavens. My heavens. Bushwhackers.
All right, so we want to look at the track another time. Those of you who are just joining us, we are at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Support the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. It's a charity event today. No points, just fun and racing for a great cause. And we're again at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Really a very fun track, man. It is a challenging track. Located in Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada, and 3.9 kilometers in length, 2.4 miles, 10 turns, and very, very technical. So high speed, a little bit of technical areas, the back half of that track, so should be a fun one today. Thanks for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Get this video out there for people to see. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and smash that bell for all those subscribers to get updates when races are going live. Today's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com.
The wrong button.
I'm an amateur. Yeah, that was Dan Richter who made that song for me. Dan Richter and his band. I never pictured that guy as being a thrash metal dude, but wow, man, it was awesome. What a lovely surprise too. Got to make a video to that, right? So I just thought I'd play my slideshow to it, maybe add some more slides, but yeah, I got to get a video going to that. A little under 4 minutes left to go before we drop the green flag. Get the command to start the engines and then drop the green flag. Well, get your picks in now. My pick to win this race today is Nikolai Bezrikov. Oh, wait a minute. I picked Ritsky Novar. Oh, that's so funny. Ritsky's not going to be mad. I'll pick them both. That's funny. Oh, my God. I got people pinging me on Discord right now and, trying to focus on 2 or 3 things at once. I'm also the DJ.
A lot of soul.
Got a lot of Porsches out here, a lot of BMWs out here, so I think we got about even there as far as BMWs and Porsches. Maybe a few more BMWs, but it's pretty darn close. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Porsches, 6 Porsches, and 6 BMWs, so right on the dot. I know I said Ritsky earlier. Sorry, I got people pinging me on Discord. Well, you got your picks in. I tried to pick 2 people. I guess I'm being told that I can't do that. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to. I shouldn't say unfortunately. I'm sticking with my pick. Ritsky Novar. There you go. I've been called, what do we call that? Called up on the carpet, man. Thanks for all those folks coming out, watching the race, whether it be live or on replay. Really appreciate your participation. Also, the participation of the drivers today, too. Man, what a great turnout. 20 drivers, $25 a piece that we're donating for each driver, man. So, going to be a good day here for Extra Life. And thanks to Will Dunbar for taking on this charity. So it looks like we're ready to rock. All right, 60-minute race in store for you, baby. Here we go. Here we go. It is a 60-minute race. And all for a great cause. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. And 60 minutes here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park to help out the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network. And we will get the starting order. All right, let's go through the grid. Nikolai Bezrikov starts in P1. Michael Nizio starts second. Antti Rossi will start in the third position. Colin Sanders starts in P4. Starting in the fifth position is Gordon Carter. Thomas Lovrek starts sixth. Alexander Meshkov starts in seventh. Zakharov will start in the eighth position. Starting in ninth is Dennis Vandeven. Will Dunbar starts in the 10th position. Michael Brooks will start 11th. John Stanley starts in P12. Good qual position there for John Stanley. Gary Roth will start in the 13th position. Dennis Uderson starts 14th. John Cook starts in the 15th position. Keenan Luang in the Radical starts in 16th. That is Radical, baby. Chris Hughes in the Corvette starts 17th. Tony Furtado in the McLaren will start 18th. Ritsky Novar starts 19th. He's my guy to win this race, man. You better get them moving. Revian Gubilar starts in P20. Don't forget my keys to the race here as race the track, man. Hit your marks, limit out aggressive driving, manage the traffic, and make good pit stops, man. I'd say be patient here too, man. There's a lot of cars out here, a lot of cars, and things go awry in a hurry, so you're going to have to be patient. Great event. I'm excited for this one. I've been excited for this one since it was announced, man. I love GT3 cars. We got some great friends out here on the track today, man. This is the great thing about sim racing. I've been able to meet so many drivers, so many great people from all around the world. We drop our differences and we get out on the track and we mix it up. And it is going to be a fun one. The pace car is off. Here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
And we're off. What a funky drop to the green flag, huh? Funky place. That's his track. And this would be Nikolai Bezhikov, P1, but Michael Dizio just back there in the second position. Anthony Rossi third. Colin Sanders fourth. Lovrek is in the fifth position. And we got a good battle here. Side-by-side battle here between Gordon Carter and Thomas Lovrek. Lovrek pulls ahead. Gordon Carter in the BMW running in the sixth position. Just behind that Porsche. There's some action right off the go. Right off of the drop of the green flag. Zakharov now pressuring Gordon Carter. Zakharov in a Porsche. A lot of guys out here in Porsches today. BMW's well represented as well. Take a look here, Keenan Luang and John Cook mixing it up. Keenan Luang picking up a spot there. So John Cook, this guy's still getting after it. Take a look here, going back to live. Keenan Luang and Ritsky Novar. Excuse me, John Cook and Ritsky Novar. Keenan Luang back there as well. These guys still mixing it up, man. I'll tell you what. Oh, a little bit of contact there. A little bit of contact, Novar and Cook. These guys are getting after it. That Audi pushed his way through. Novar, I don't know. He's trying to get that spot back. To the inside, and John Cook holding him off. You're taking the wide route around that corner. And Novar now has some company with Revian Gumilar in the BMW. Running in the 18th position. Michael Dizio running in P2. In the Porsche, good to see Michael out here racing with us. And Bezhikov is getting that car, that McLaren, sideways around the corner. Anthony Rossi now pushing the envelope here. Pressuring Michael Dizio. Behind him is Colin Sanders. Sanders in the fourth position. Thomas Lovrek is in fifth. Look at Colin Sanders running in the AMG. What a nice looking car, man. Love the AMG. These days maybe I'll be able to afford one. Need more subscribers. Thomas Lovrek running in the fifth position in the BMW. Actually in the Porsche, take that back. Yeah, the Porsche. Scott Stanley, Will Dunbar, a couple extra life sponsored cars. Side by side here for P11. A couple BMWs mix it up. And John Stanley beating up on the fellow Canadian. P11 now for John Stanley. He came out a little bit early. He came out yesterday, I think, and did some laps. And to get familiar with this track. Of course, this is a track he's been on before many times. Gary Roth, his first race out with us, he's running in the 13th position in the McLaren. Dennis Schuderchen just behind him in 14th in a BMW. Keenan Lewang running in the 15th position in the Radical, the lone Radical in the field, and Ritsky Novar is putting a little pressure on him now. Take a look at Ritsky Novar running in P6. Revian Gumular is in 17th. Those guys have had a good battle here. Oh, Ritsky Novar here giving it a peek. And Gumular is going to use that opening. Now he's side by side. Great battle here. As Revian gets around Ritsky Novar. Novar had checked up, and Revian Gumular making that pass. Let's take a look at that. That pass there was, he's just right there, timed it perfectly. Used that outside preferred line coming off the corner. With a bit more speed on that outside and able to pick up a spot. Go back up here to live, and Nikolai Bezhikov in control. A little under a second gap there between P1 and P2. Nizio is in the second position, Anthony Rossi third. Colin Sanders fourth, and Thomas Lovrek is in fifth. Look at this. Chris Hughes picking up a spot here as we've got a car off the track. Looks like John Cook has come off the track. See what happened to John Cook. He just missed a corner. Got a little bit wide. Right there. A little bit wide. And then he cut through the grass. Came over very hard into the outside wall too. Yeah, he got over that curb and got into the grass, and not too much contact, but definitely some right side contact there. So what now? Cook back to the 18th position. Battle starting to heat up here for the race lead, and Nizio is starting to close in on Bezhikov. On board here with Michael Nizio is Nikolai Bezhikov, our leader. I tried to switch from Keenan Lewang to Bezhikov. You guys wouldn't let me. I actually forgot who I chose. Is that battle starting to heat up there between P1 and P2. Anthony Rossi in third. How about Colin Sanders running in the fourth position in the Mercedes? Thomas Lovrek is in the fifth spot as Gordon Carter starting to put a little pressure on him. Gordon Carter in the BMW starting to put a little pressure on P5. Carter's in the sixth position. Again, a home track for him. And that tightened up to a very technical portion of the track. And it looks like that Lovrek machine in the Porsche gets a little bit better launch off. Zakharov starting to put a little pressure on now. Zakharov in the Porsche. They're running behind Gordon Carter. Now they're side by side. Zakharov in the Porsche picking up that spot. So good pass there by Zakharov. He's now picked up P6. Take a look here. John Cook. Remember, Cook got in. Into the wall there. Very, very hard contact. Missed the right-hander. Got up on the curb and hard contact for the Audi. Zakharov. That pass a little bit earlier there as Zakharov getting around Gordon Carter. Ritsky Novar and Keenan Lewang. Lewang in the Radical. Oh, there's contact. Little bit of contact between Lewang and Novar. And that battle is not over. Ritsky Novar closing in. Back onto the backside and out of the side by side, the Radical and the Porsche. And the Porsche is going to get around, so Novar gets around Keenan Lewang. That got interesting there. Take a look here at that pass. And these guys made contact. Right here, contact between the two. Oof. Little brotherly love right there. A couple of our Indonesian drivers. About Michael Brooks and Dennis Van de Ven. Sim Racing Mania boys. Mixing it up. Great to see Sim Racing Mania represented here. As of Michael Brooks gets around Van de Ven. Dennis Van de Ven running in P10. John Stanley just behind as well. Man, he's ready to pounce. John Stanley sees an opening here. He is fast at this track. John Stanley in the BMW, now closing in on Van de Ven. Whoa! Hold on. And Stanley trying to make some moves. What a great battle. John Stanley in the BMW Extra Life sponsor machine, battling Dennis Van de Ven. Michael Brooks had made his way through up to P9. Van de Ven in 10th. John Stanley in the 11th position. Revian Gumilar and Dennis Yuderchin battling it out. Couple BMWs. Yuderchin in the Extra Life sponsor machine, metallic green. And Revian going to get by, picking up P14. Yuderchin back to P15. Tony Furtado in the McLaren. A tough little run for him. He's out here. Oh, no! Oh, hard contact for the McLaren into the wall. And a hard contact there for Tony Furtado. And this battle for the race lead starting to heat up here. As Nikolai Bezhikov is the leader. Nisio is second. Rossi third. Sanders is fourth. Lovrek is in the fifth position. In a tight battle for the race lead. This will wear you out too, man. When you got somebody hounding you like that, you cannot make a mistake. Take your eyes off the road, look in the rearview mirror, and it could be disaster. Antti Rossi there as well. Antti Rossi in the Ferrari. I should have picked him. That's my favorite car. And he is in an Extra Life scheme as well. So great job for Antti Rossi, man. Rossi brought some friends for. He's got Team Future on that. Brought some of his friends along, so appreciate that support. Alexander Meshkov. Gordon Carter battling it out. A couple BMWs. And Meshkov in the 57 is going to get by. Man, these guys have been racing it out, man. On board here with Meshkov. We have got some great racing going on all over the track. Let's take a look at our side-by-side view here as you see that battle with Michael Brooks in the Porsche running in the 8th position. And the battle for the race lead. Nikolai Bezhikov holding on to the lead as Nisio is hounding him, and Antti Rossi in the mix. Michael Brooks has got some company as well. Just behind him is Gordon Carter. Brooks trying to close in on Alexander Meshkov. Brooks moving up the grid, but Gordon Carter keeping him honest. And a great battle there. 46 minutes in, or 46 minutes to go. We got a long way to go, man. Only been racing for 14 minutes? Take a look at Will Dunbar running in the 12th position. And I know how he feels, man. He's just happy that a lot of guys came out here to support this charity that he is official supporter of. And he's just happy that folks came out and in droves here to support this charity. Right now running in the 15th position. It is Ritsky Novar and Revian Gumilar battling it out. Novar in the Porsche. Anti-Rossi again. Got Colin Sanders in his first race out with us in the AMG, running in P4. Mandatory pit stop here today. Got to do a 4-tire change. You can mix up the compounds. You can stay with the same compound, whatever you want to do, but you got to do a 4-tire stop. Thomas Lovrek running in P5. Behind him, that battle heating up for the 6th position. I wish we could just delete half these cameras, man. Zakharov running in 6th, Meshkov 7th, Brooks is in 8th, Gordon Carter 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Dennis Vandeven. We'll take a look at John Stanley running in the 11th position in the BMW 12 car. Good run there for him. Take a look at John Cook. He's had some issues here about 10 minutes ago. Oh, no! Oh, no, no, no! Hard into the wall. Is the Audi. Not too... I think that could have been a lot more disastrous, but he's got the car put it in the right direction. And he maybe make it to pit stops here and get some service done to that machine. Gary Roth in the McLaren. He's got Revian Gumilar just behind him. Gumilar running in P14 in the BMW is closing in on Gary Roth. Roth running in the 13th position. Revian is in 14th. Look at this battle. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Alexander Zakharov and Thomas Lovrek here getting after it. So, whoa, more contact. More contact. These guys beating on each other. Holy smokes. More contact with these guys. Lovrek is ahead, but these guys are absolutely beating up on each other. Michael Brooks in that action. Zakharov, Lovrek, all beating up on each other. Let's take a look and see what was going on there. Let's take a look. As there's contact there between Zakharov and Lovrek. And this is not over. They're going to get into one another again. More contact. Michael Brooks in this mix. We've got a mess right there. Meshkov as well. Oh, man. Michael Brooks bustling his way through. Holy smokes. Great racing there. Wow. Leaning on each other. Go back to live here and take a look at Meshkov. As he's running now in the 6th position. Whoa, Whoa! Michael Brooks Gordon Carter just behind him, it looked like. Well, actually, we're looking at Zakharov right now. Zakharov running in the 6th position. Michael Brooks just behind him. Alexander Meshkov running in the 8th position. Gordon Carter is in 9th. Somebody coming down pit lane. It's like maybe Gumilar might have come down pit lane here. Actually, who is that on pit lane? Somebody's on pit lane. Looks like John Stanley's on pit lane. John Stanley making a pit stop. Uh-oh. Lovrek and Brooks got into one another, it looks like. Take a look here. That's Zakharov and Lovrek. Oh! And then, Lovrek hard into the inside. He's coming back across the track, and he gets into Gordon Carter. That was a mess. It was finally that aggressive driving got the best of him. We'll take a look here. As there's contact earlier, and then Lovrek, he comes off track, but he's going to end up the worst end of this deal. I think that he's going to get hit from behind. There's going to be some contact, and look at that. See the Audi comes off track. Man, a lot of this is where you want to be. You want to be up front. Get away from those guys. These guys are all over each other right now. Zakharov has come around. Brooks has come around. Zakharov looks like he's retired his machine. And these guys just started beating up on each other. Let's see what happened to Zakharov, whether he got hit, had help or not. There was contact there. He and Michael Brooks. And Zakharov, in the middle. And he's letting those guys go by, and he lost a ton of positions. You can see right there, Michael Brooks, Alexander Zakharov is just ahead. And there's contact going into the corner. Meshkov able to make it through. And Meshkov was able to get through. As you see, there's contact with those guys going through the corner. And Meshkov, a little bit of contact right there, but he was able to get through. Man. John Stanley looks like he's off the pace a little bit as Gordon Carter gets around. So all that patience we had at the beginning of the race, it's gone. It is gone. And Michael Nizio is the leader. Looks like Zakharov has retired his machine. Tony Furtado also out of the race. He had a tough race just from the get-go. Bezrikov in second. Rossi is in third. We'll take a look at that pass for the lead. Take a look at the pass for the lead here, and Michael Nizio getting around Nikolai Bezrikov. And these guys are laying on each other. And is now Nizio to the lead. This battle here, Alexander Meshkov and Dennis Vandeven. Vandeven goes around Meshkov. Meshkov came off track. Meshkov going off track right there as John Cook also gets by. The track is a little stickier now, but the tires are starting to wear out. Approaching halfway. As Michael Nizio is our leader. Just about a second lead over Nikolai Bezhikov. Antti Rossi, been a quiet night here for him for the most part. He's running in the third position. He's kept himself out of trouble. And maybe going to get that Ferrari in victory lane here before the night's over. Colin Sanders is in fourth. Michael Brooks has muscled his way up to the fifth position. Brooks is 25 seconds back, and those guys got into an absolute fist fight back there in that pack with Brooks, Vandeven, Meshkov. I think maybe Zakharov was involved in that as well. Lovrek. And Lovrek now going to pick up a spot. It looks like Gordon Carter on pit lane. Lovrek now back up to the 16th position. Gordon Carter finishing up his pit stop. Check out Will Dunbar. He's up to the 8th position in the BMW. Just ahead of him is Alexander Meshkov. Gumular is just behind in the 9th spot. So a good battle here with the BMWs. Followed by the McLaren of Gary Roth. Roth running in the 10th position. Staring out of the front of his machine, seeing three BMWs. 7th, 8th, and 9th. Take a look at Keenan Luang in the Radical. He's running in the 13th position. Keeps working. He's going to be running in the top 10. So a bit of quiet night for Keenan Luang, really. He had a little bit of a fisticuffs early, but since then it's been pretty quiet for the 26 car. Chris Hughes in the Corvette. He might be the lone Corvette out on the track, and he's running in the 14th spot at 77. John Stanley running in the 15th position. In the 12th. On board here with him. A little bit of a drag race with a Porsche. Right there, Ricky Novar picking up a spot. Or picking up a spot on the track, not on the grid. Looks like we've got a car off the pace, and that is Will Dunbar off the track. Will Dunbar choosing that time to come down pit lane, so he had some trouble. Came off track, and see what happened to him. Oh, he gets into the grass a little bit too wide there, maybe anticipating the pit stop. And he gets back on. I don't think he hit anything, but now going to duck down pit lane. So Nizio is the leader. As we do have some guys on pit lane. Looks like Will Dunbar, Gordon Carter on pit lane. Antti Rossi coming down pit lane. So interesting here, just past halfway. And Antti Rossi is on pit lane. He's been running in P3. Antti Rossi making his pit stop. On board here with him. See Gordon Carter coming back on the track. I believe that was Gordon Carter going by. Looks like actually Gordon Carter's retired his machine. What a tough break there. Antti Rossi maybe taking some service. Long pit stop for Antti Rossi. Michael Nizio is the leader. Sanders in second. Brooks third. Vandeven fourth. Revian Gumilar up to the fifth position. Rossi now finally done with that pit stop. Just past, just before the 30-minute mark. Colin Sanders up to the second position in the Mercedes. Michael Brooks running in third. He has had to muscle his way through. Now up to P3. A little bit different look for Michael Brooks running in the Porsche. Dennis Vandeven running in the fourth position, also in the Porsche. And Ritsky Novar rounding out the top five. 4 Porsches in the top 5. Dennis Udichin coming down pit lane to take make his pit stop. Take a look at Nikolai Bezhikov in the McLaren running into 7th position. Udichin and Gumilar both on pit lane. As Michael Nizio is the leader, and I don't think he's made a pit stop yet. Would imagine you're going to see a pit stop here fairly soon. As it does look like Udichin's finished up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Right now shown in the 15th position in the BMW. 28 minutes left to go. John Stanley picking up a spot there. Oh, some guys coming down pit lane. John Stanley now up to P14. Another one of those extra life paint schemes. Michael Nizio has yet to make a pit stop, and he is the race leader. A 5.7 second lead over Colin Sanders. Vandeven in third, Novar fourth, Roth in the fifth position. Take a look at Chris Hughes running in the ninth spot in the Corvette. Maybe a little bit of war of attrition. Those guys have had some trouble up front. Very, very aggressive driving. And Hughes picking up some spots here. The lone Corvette out on the field. Is Michael Brooks finishing up his pit stop. Now coming back out in the 10th position. And Nizio has come down pit lane here, I believe. So take a look at Colin Sanders, who is now the race leader. Michael Nizio is on pit lane. Giving up the race lead, Colin Sanders, our new race leader. strategy here. Maybe staying out a little bit later. Sanders has gotten that Mercedes-AMG up front. He has really been pretty good about keeping his car out of trouble here. Some of those guys were just really, really getting after it. About the 20-minute mark. Should say 20 minutes in. As you see Nisio finishing up his pit stop in the Porsche. May end up losing another spot or two by the time he gets his car up to speed. Doesn't seem like it, so he's going to stay in the 4th position for now. Gary Roth is up to the 2nd position in the McLaren. Bezrikov is in 3rd. A little bit of a gap between the two of those guys, but Gary Roth in the McLaren, his first race out here with High Octane Racing League, is in 2nd. And I believe we've had some trouble here. Let's take a look. We were taking a look at this a little bit earlier. And Dunbar gets wide here into the grass. And does he miss the wall? I think he made a little bit of contact with the wall. Not too much. Back out on the track. Wow. So what? Bezrikov now to the race lead. Nikolai Bezrikov. Venizio is in 2nd. Rossi 3rd. Sanders 4th. Roth back to the 5th position. Roth is on pit lane, actually, and he's going to give up some more spots, I believe. So Roth is on pit lane taking some service as Nikolai Bezrikov in the McLaren. Back to the race lead. And you see Gary Roth now finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. He will now be in the 10th position. Take a look at Ritsky Novar. Battling Alexander Meshkov. Ritsky Novar to the inside, and it gets around Meshkov. Novar maybe got that damage fixed. Some fresh tires underneath that Porsche. Now picking up a spot. He's in P6. Maybe on Gumular in this mix as well. He's now trying to pounce and maybe use that opening to get by. Bezrikov opening up a gap on him. Revion running in the 8th position. Meshkov running in P7. A good tight battle here with 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Bezrikov out there by himself. 6-second lead over P2. His worry right now, 2 worries I should say, hitting your marks, and number 2, avoiding the other cars on the track that may be spinning or off the pace. Take a look at Ritsky Novar. I haven't talked about him a lot lately, but he is running in the 6th position, just behind Michael Brooks. So good battle here, and he is shaping up to try to get around Michael Brooks. Michael Brooks running in P5. Novar running in the 6th position. Meshkov 7th. On board here with Ritsky Novar. Going to head at Micah Brooks.
He is trying to find a way to get around Michael. You know, you've got a huge amount of talent between the two of these guys.
Little cat-mouse game here, trying to use that wide angle. Oh, man, he got chopped off there. Chopped off there. You got to protect your position. As Michael Brooks holds on to P5, but Novar is outing him. Meshkov looking for an opening as well. Meshkov having a great race in that BMW. Running into 7th position. Gumilar in this mix as well. So a great four-way battle here. As we take a look out of the front of Alexander Meshkov's machine, trying to close in on Meshkov's machine as he tries to close in on Ritsky Novar. That battle would be for the 6th position. It does look like Novar is able to pull away a little bit. That crew there in the Porsches are starting to pull away from Meshkov a little bit, but they start getting racy. Meshkov's going to be right there to pounce. And they look like they are getting racy. Meshkov closing in. Some great racing going on here. Let's take a look at John Stanley running in the 11th position, trying to close in on the fellow High Octane Racing League driver, and that is Will Dunbar. Those guys running in some BMWs. Dunbar running in 10th. John Stanley running in the 11th spot. Take a look at Dennis Vandeven running in the 9th spot. Kind of out there by himself right now. Got in some hairy positions earlier. Now lost some track position, trying to work his way back up to P8. Vandeven in P9. Take a look at Antti Rossi in the Ferrari. So lost track of those guys a little bit, but he is running in the 3rd position. 3.9 seconds back. 7.5 seconds back to the race leader. 3.9 seconds back to Nizio. Colin Sanders running behind him in the Mercedes. John Stanley is on pit lane now, taking some service. Take a look at Keenan Lewang in the Radical. Running in the 13th position. Looking it up to hopefully get a top 10. Got some work to do for that. And Thomas Lovrek just behind, and he's running in the 14th position in the Porsche. He had some trouble early on in the race and has really not been able to recover. But nonetheless, coming out here for the charity and mixing it up. Running in the Porsche. Extra Life sponsored machine. A great look to that Porsche. His first race out with us here at High Octane Racing League. We appreciate his support. Revian Gumilar in the... oh, no! It looks like Meshkov's going wide. Meshkov's going wide. And something's happened to Meshkov. Something happened to Alexander Meshkov. I'm not sure what it was, but something happened to him. Maybe he blew his engine or something. Meshkov suddenly off the pace. Not sure what happened, but he's retired his machine. Alexander Meshkov out of the race.
Under 16 minutes left to go, and something happened, just suddenly happened to Meshkov. I don't know whether he just missed the corner, what was going on with him. But you see, he missed the corner here, went wide, and just pulled off. I don't know whether he lost his engine or what, but that car is, he's out of the race. Very surprising for Meshkov. $15 minutes left to go. And Bezhikov where he wants to be. 2.5 seconds ahead of Michael Nizio. Oh, looks like Rivian Gumular and Ritsky Novar battling. Novar got on the inside of the grass, and Rivian picks up that spot. Take a look at Novar. He missed this corner, I believe. And Rivian is right there to pick up that spot. So let's take a look at Ritsky coming off track. Sure, he's going to like this. He just missed the corner. Right there. Oh, the thing just got snappy on him. Oh, and he hits hard on the inside. On the left side, I should say. And Rivian gets by. Wow. Look at Nizio. If he's going to make a run, he better start soon. He's got 14 minutes left to go to make a run at P1. He's led some laps here today. Be great to see him in victory lane. Bezhikov got something to say about that up there at P1. He is closing the gap, down to a second gap between the two. 1.2 right now. Bezhikov is the leader. See that battle there as Nizio is closing in. Under a second now. Chipping away at that McLaren's lead. Bezhikov, you know he's paying attention to that. You know he's looking in that rearview mirror and he sees that Porsche getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Closing in for maybe an epic battle to the finish. Antti Rossi is 8 seconds back in third. Brooks in fifth. Sanders in fourth. And that battle there between third and fourth is starting to heat up too. Let's take a look at this. Look at this battle. The Ferrari and the AMG battling it out. Colin Sanders and Antti Rossi. Good, clean battle right there. That is a great, clean battle, at least so far. Rossi holding on to that position, but wow, he has got Colin Sanders all over the back of him right now. Great battle heating up between Antti Rossi and Colin Sanders. We'll keep our eye on that battle. Rossi missing that corner just a little bit. Colin Sanders trying to set up the pass. These guys are still getting after it, man. What a great battle. See in that camera right there, that Mercedes is waiting to pounce. And hit your marks as these guys are starting to roll up on some lap traffic as well. So right there, Utichin in the 10th position. Oh, man, I can leave the door open too. Now you got some lap traffic in the way. Antti Rossi wants to get by. Dennis Udichin wanting to hold on to that position on the track. Udichin running in the 10th spot as we now look out of the, hopefully we'll look out of the back of that car. God. As those guys get by, so he drove over to the right side and let those guys have it. Take a look at this. This is Thomas Loverick and Keenan Lewang. Lewang in the radical. And Loverick gets by as Lewang tucks in. Yeah, no, he doesn't. Not so fast. He tried to sneak back through, but he's dropping to the 13th position. Loverick picks up P12. Now, what have we been doing? We've been missing this battle here for the lead. 0.3 of a second, 0.4 of a second separate P1, P2. 9.5 minutes left to go. Michael Nizio has slowly worked his way back to Nikolai Bezrikov. Who's going to come out on top? Is it going to be the McLaren? Is it going to be the Porsche? This guy's starting to roll up on some lap traffic as well. You got to be really careful through this section of the track, man. Concentrate on that track. As Bezrikov gets through cleanly. With John Stanley here in the BM. Oh, no! He didn't have a wing on the back of that car. Oh, hard lick there for him. He didn't have a wing on the back of that car. Must have been some damage before. And no downforce there on the back of the car, and that car comes around. No wing for the BMW. He's going to lose some spots, so he's obviously had some trouble here late in the race. John Stanley now back to P15. He's going to have to limp that thing around and get it on the pit lane. No way he's going to make more laps. He's going to just have to try to get this thing to pit lane and get it serviced. As you see here, John Stanley trying to limp this thing around with 7.5 minutes to go. And just hope he stays out of everybody's way. He realizes what's going on. He realizes no wing on that, no downforce. Got to be really, really careful. Approaching 7 minutes left to go. Look at this battle here. Whoa! Antti Rossi, Colin Sanders now. Getting serious. This is getting serious between the two of these guys. Holy smokes. Rossi picking up the spot, but he had to work for it, man. Let's take a look. These guys are side by side. Colin Sanders. Oh, there was contact. Antti Rossi and Colin Sanders. A great battle between the Ferrari and the Mercedes. And Rossi is in third, but Colin Sanders right there in P4. And I don't think that battle's over. What do you think? This battle for the first position has at least cooled off a little bit, but they're starting to roll up on some lap traffic as well. Chris Hughes coming around. Chris Hughes comes around off the final corner here. And he's trying to figure out a way to get back on the track without getting into somebody. And now gets it pointed in the right direction. My heavens, man. Now, you take a look. Now, Bezrikov's starting to roll up on some lap traffic. And he is really cranking on the wheel to get this thing to turn. Those tires starting to wear out. We've got some couple great battles here on the track. As you see Bezrikov, the Bezrikov-Nizio battle, and also the Rossi-Sanders battle. P1, P2, P3, P4. With 5 minutes left to go, it is go time. You know, Bezrikov looking a little bit into that rear view mirror, man. Bardelli Jr., why he couldn't get in, Bardelli? Good to see no DLC today. I didn't think you had to have the whole. I didn't think you had to have all the cars to be able to race. Couple great battles here. 4.5 minutes left to go. And that battle for the lead is starting to tighten up. Nizio is starting to peek around. See if he can't find a spot to get around Nikolai Bezrikov. That's going to be a tough task. Again, great battles here side by side. Bezrikov, Nizio, P1, P2. Rossi, Sanders, P3, P4. Four cars out of the race. Been at 20 drivers supporting us today. For a great charity, a great cause. Help pay the medical bills for children who are hospitalized in the Extra Life Network. With 2.5 minutes left to go. Can Nikolai Bezrikov hold off a charge by Michael Nizio? Nizio may not have played his hand yet. May have some cards up his sleeve. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, Bezrikov got a little squirrely coming off the corner. And that lets it that tightens it back up. Tighten back up. Take a look at that Rossi Sanders battle as well. Another great one on the track. Been a good, clean battle with these guys, too. These guys up front have raced each other very, very cleanly. Maybe that first, where we get into about 20 minutes into the race, it got a little ugly with a lot of the drivers. Really, really hard racing. We got some more hard racing right here. Revian Gumilar and Michael Brooks getting after it, leading on each other, the BMW and the Porsche. With 1.5 minutes to go. Brooks hold on to that spot in the Porsche. Gumilar in the BMW drops back to P5. As Brooks reclaims that position. Reclaims fifth. Gumilar back to 6th. So 3 great battles on the track. I think this is going to be the last lap here, so if you're going to do it, you got to do it now. Michael Nizio trying to find a way to get around Nikolai Bezrikov. Oh, Nizio all onto the back of that McLaren. This could be a photo finish. Nikolai Bezrikov try to hold off the Porsche. Oh, it's tightened it back up. Is that Porsche going to get into the back of the McLaren before it's over with? Might be a bump and run coming. Drag race up the hill. It's not over, boys. It is not over. Here we go. Could come down to the final turn. Nizio looking for a spot, looking for a way to get around. Does he have enough juice? Bezrikov's going to come away with the win. Holy smokes. Nikolai Bezrikov. So, wow, what a run there for Bezrikov. Great job in the McLaren. There's a P1, P2. Fantastic run there. Everybody wants in the screenshot, don't they? So great job to Nikolai Bezrikov. Awesome looking paint scheme too, by the way. So great job, Bezrikov getting the win. I don't want to say predictable, but definitely one of the favorites to win this race, no doubt. And a great top four battle, man. Bezrikov, Nizio, Rossi, Sanders. And look at those guys finishing up in the right way, huh? Great, great run for Nikolai Bezrikov. And an epic battle there up front. Just an epic battle. Great job to Nikolai on getting the win. Wow. Let's take a look at the final results. I think James Cook is coming around to cross that line. He had a little trouble, I believe, and looks like he's ducking into pit lane. I guess he got finished. Let's take a look at the final results. Final results, Nikolai Bezrikov with the win. Michael Nizio, great run there for him, finishes in second. Anthony Rossi, also a great run. The top Ferrari, the only Ferrari, finishes in P3. Colin Sanders finishes in the fourth position. Michael Brooks finishes in fifth. Revian Grumilar finishes sixth in the BMW. Ritsky Novar seventh. Dennis Vandeven finishes in the eighth position. Will Dunbar ninth, and Dennis Uderchin finishes in the 10th position. Finishing in 11th is Gary Roth. Thomas Lovrek finishes in 12th. Keaton Lewang 13th. Chris Hughes finishes in 14th. John Cook in the Audi finishes in 15th. John Stanley 16th. Alexander Meshkov 17th. Gordon Carter finishes in the 18th position. Alexander Zakharov finishes 19th. And Tony Furtado finishes in P20. So congratulations to Nikolai Bezrikov for getting the win here in the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospital's Canadian Tire Motorsports Park sprint race today. What an awesome race he had. And an awesome charity as well. So had some chatters in here sending their thoughts, of course. Good to see people coming out and watching this race. What a fun race, man. It could have been 2 hours. I think we still would have had the tight battle for the race win. Some great battles all around the track. At some point, we had 5-6 cars battling for position. So Bezrikov, as pretty predictable. I picked Ritsky Novar. He had some trouble earlier on in the race, but Bezrikov comes away with the win. Well, don't forget, a little bit later tonight, we have the Saturday Night Thunder in action. Kansas Speedway for race number 7 of the season. And it's a 100-lap race. It's the Cup Cars. This series has been going on for 23 years. It's still going strong. It's the Saturday Night Thunder, a 100-lap race from Kansas, coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at High Octane Racing League. Thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel. If you haven't done so, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe as well, and smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live here at TurnLeftTV. Thanks to all those folks who come out and watch the race. Man, it was awesome. All the chatters coming in as well. Everybody really being very, very respectful, although some super aggressive driving here, but everybody being, really, really respectful and understanding the bigger picture here. And that's the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals charity that we happen to be supporting. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. How about hosting your website or your online store? Those options available through EliteHostingUSA.com. I want to say thank you so much for supporting the race today and the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals charity. Thanks to Will Dunbar and his taking up this cause, choosing this as his charity that he wants to support. So thank you for coming out and supporting us here at TurnLeftTV and the charity as well. I'm going to put the link in the chat session if you are interested in making a donation in the TeamSpeak chat. There is a link. We appreciate your support. And thank you. Don't forget, High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be in action at Talladega coming up on Tuesday. It's race number 3 of the season, the Super Speedway in the Truck Series. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations, Nikolai Bezrikov, for bringing home the victory. Appreciate your support here at High Octane Racing League. That's going to do it. And we'll see you next time. I am out of here.